interesting because like I don't know if you do know about a coin called Illuvium.
Called
Have you
what?
heard of Illuvium?
Illuvium.
Yeah.
Sounds relatively familiar. I'm not sure
It,
though.
it's an Ethereum game in the game, GameFi space and stuff like that. And they have a token called Illuvium, and their token was like the only token that I could even quantify that was sort of like the Oath token in a way, right? Because it was a bunch of it was basically it was a token where it's the tokens like having ownership of a game studio, so that as they create more and more games, the revenue and things generated from there go back to the main token, which is Illuvium. And then
Yeah.
when I stumbled upon Oath token, and you guys were, and obviously I'd been using Reaper since like pretty much early last year. I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. You guys, I mean, these guys got a lot of developer power. And then as I heard you guys talk more on FTM alerts, and I was in the Discord and stuff, I was like, wow, these guys got a lot of developers. They're doing stuff, and they're coming out with products and stuff like that, and like the granary and everything like that. And RoboVault, is RoboVault a part of you guys as well?
RoboVault, we're loosely associated.
Oh, okay.
Kind of in the downturn, like we had like a lot of super friends type strategies going on while the market was really hot. Now it's to a certain extent every man for himself.
Right.
Basically, like our interactions with a lot of our friends are like sharing points of contact, sharing growth strategies,
Yeah.
telling each other what's successful, what isn't, because at this point it's like, all right, we need to hustle, we need to get work done. um, you know Trying to make everybody's audience happy isn't as useful now that nobody has an audience really. It's like the same diehards that
Yeah.
were here like mid 2020, and now it's like that plus whatever 10, 15, 20% of people stuck around
Right.
for now. So uh, you know the style of doing business has changed dramatically in the past 6 months. Yeah, we're still friends with everybody, but communication is mostly internal. There's less like sharing of users, and it's more a sharing of information and quick touch points as opposed to long strategizing. But I'm sure things will migrate once demand kicks back up.
Right.
And it's less of like a hunkered down, we're going to build our relationships, we're going to build our Rolodex, we're going to build our software, we're going to build and reinforce all our products that we have ongoing. And then we can kind of move from there to, okay, now we're going to take all the stuff that we've built and chuck it at users and see what happens. But yeah,
That,
that's
that's
go ahead.
something like kind of like attracted me to you guys a little bit, which was pretty much that you guys are really security focused, right? So no,
Yeah.
because normally it's like run fast and break things and break more things in the space, right? As fast as
Yeah.
possible, or you're gonna lose. But I mean, I've always come from the whole thing like let's try to do it right or as carefully as possible because it's people's money. It's not like we're just building a random website or something that doesn't really have much
Yeah.
consequence. But no,
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, like, a lot of Web3 is building economies, building systems of value and communities to share value. And so we kind of need to take almost like a governmental approach or like a really high enterprise approach. Aerospace engineers do really well in DeFi for this reason, because everything is so highly regulated. And we kind of need to practice self-regulation. Because there aren't government bodies to say this is how you have to do things. So we need to do things as well as we possibly can, because otherwise we're just going to trip over ourselves. So, we're kind of governing the software, we're governing, our user experiences. And, speaking of like, past competitors and things like that, you just kind of fall by the wayside when you don't abide by industry standards or beyond.
right. Because like as I see it right now, you guys don't really have any competitors.